Morning, Jack.
Morning, Matt.
Hello.
How are you today?
Good. Just got back from Logan Surf Comp over the last few days. We've done no filming over the last few days.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I've been good. Just editing everything I can.
Editing things, yep. Okay, good. Saturday today. Let's not do one of those appointment after appointment set videos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Let's see if we can give people some juicy content
Yeah, sweet.
that they find interesting. I just have to think of it first. Right, so I'm just going to go and show this house and then I'll be... So, some challenges that we're having building a personal brand, and I'm not one to focus on the challenges, but the reality is if you want to build your profile online, in your business, whatever, you're going to probably have the same things as us. So I thought I'd share them with you so far. In real estate, I have a fairly big profile within real estate agents and in our area. But that doesn't necessarily translate across to the rest. You might think you've got a profile, but once you get out into the big world, no one knows who you are, basically. So if you look at our Instagram, we've been like smashing it with content, but the traction hasn't really taken off yet. So it will be interesting to watch when that happens. It's going to happen, but when that happens and how it happens. So if you're looking to build your brand, and we're investing in that as well. So if you're looking to build your brand on Instagram, watch what we're doing and then watch where it gets traction, then it'll pretty much give you the clues on how to do it. Because you see these people with 2 million, 3 million, 4 million followers, how did they get there? Like, how did that happen? Yeah, they might be famous, or they might have something that people want, they might be sexy, you know, like those Instagram models and all that, which attracts more attention. Like my son Logan, he gets a lot of young people attention, because girls, I suppose, especially, and they're his audience. But myself, 45-year-old real estate agent, speaker type thing, like who's interested in that? You've got to make it interesting enough for the masses to look at you. That's how you get those big numbers. But you've got to treat it, this is one thing that I'm learning, you've got to treat it like you've already got 1 million followers. So Jack and I are very conscious of the content that we make. We make sure that it's great quality. We've got designers working on it. Jack works on it continuously. It's nowhere at the moment, but you've got to treat it like you've already got 1 million. And then that will just keep building on itself. People will be interested in how good it is. I got a text this morning about our podcast. Someone said, love the podcast, love the content that you do, but podcast in 10 minutes. So you've got to design it on what works for you. So don't try and be the person that's got the 2 million followers. Look at what they do, the rhythm, the quality, the intensity, the frequency, all of that sort of stuff, but then make it yours. So podcasts, for instance, Jack and I were talking about it, and some of them are like half an hour to 2 hours long. I couldn't listen to that. Like it's like too long. So we said, let's do podcasts in 10 and make everything 10 minutes or less. And that's our vibe. That works for us. So we can just do one. It feels right to us. But then on the other hand, we look at what other people are doing in their podcasts to make ours better as well. So we're constantly researching every day. Like we had an Instagram post yesterday, and and the day before, we probably sent it back 10 times and we didn't even use it in the end because it just wasn't up to the standard that we want. Like we've got the 1 million or 2 million or 3 million or 10 million followers. So that's how you got to treat it. I know some of the stuff that we put up might not be interesting to people, but we learn from that. So if you look at a lot of our posts, they don't get a lot of comments and stuff yet. So we're looking at how do we engage the audience more to make it more interesting for them. So it's a constant tweak, constant tweak, constant tweak. So if you're wanting to build your personal brand, more watch what we do, because we're willing to invest in it. We're totally committed to it, and we're treating it like a business. And I've already built one business in real estate, and I'm transferring that across to doing this online as well. I've got another challenge to share with you later that I think is probably a bigger challenge for me right now in what people think about it. So I'll come back to you soon.
You know I'm back, like I never left. Another sprint, another step, another day, another breath. Been chasing dreams, but I never slept. I got a new attitude and a lease on life is a peace of mind. Seeking to find I can sleep when I die. Want a piece of the pie, got the keys to the ride and shit. I'm straight. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Get up my way. I'm running late. What can I say?
So another challenge that we're having building a brand is because I work, number one protocol, work, sell houses, work for people, building a business. Sometimes owners go, oh, you're speaking and you're doing this, you know, all your social media and your online stuff, because a lot of them see it. They think that some of them, or even some other agents, say I don't sell houses as much, like I'm concentrating on that, which is so not the case, because my number one priority is to sell houses, build a business, and then speak just along the way as needed. But it can create the perception that that's what I'm doing. So that's something I've had to work through in the market as well, but I am definitely 100% still high performance selling. That's our number one thing, isn't it, Jack?
It is.
As you can see, come along with me. Kids, business, houses, online, stuff. Wouldn't mind surfing sometimes a bit more. Yeah, so something else that's funny with building online presence. Like I've been working on videos and online presence for 15 years, like before a lot of this stuff, but sort of like just doing videos at different times, and I'd stop after a while, I'd do something different, and then just feeling my way through it. But it's like more recent times I'm ready to make it like a full part of what I want to do. And it's funny trying to get people from, like a lot of our people watch Facebook, and like a lot of our audience is there, and not so much on YouTube, but we want to get everyone over to YouTube and turn that into like a TV station. So the thing that we're having, like trying to work out how to do properly, is to get all of that larger audience from Facebook to YouTube, because I think a lot of them just like being on Facebook. So I'm not sure that's what we're working through at the moment. That's what Jack's going to help me solve, aren't you, Jack?
I am.
Yeah, and Instagram, like, I know it all connects together, and we don't use Snapchat. So I just said to Jack today, maybe we should use Snapchat, because I think over time it will be valuable as those younger kids get older. And someone said to me, if you're not on Snapchat and those younger kids get older, they probably won't trust you as easily.
Yeah.
So much to think about, Jack.
Big thing.
Let's go and sell another house.
A happy Christmas, happy New Year.
Thanks, Tom, and same to you. But I will speak to you before Christmas. We got lots to talk about.
Okay, yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Okay, Tom.
See you. Yeah.
Bye, mate. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, so his name's Tom. Awesome story. He escaped from Vietnam during the war when he was 15, and then he just jumped on a boat and went, and one of those boat people. And his wife also escaped from Vietnam, same thing. Didn't know each other, and then he got here with literally just nothing. Got made a refugee, stayed here. Now he's obviously a lot older. I don't know, he'd be 50 now or something like that. Multiple properties, quite wealthy, really, really nice person. Him and his wife met each other, like in Australia, like at a dance or something, and been together ever since. But both escaped from Vietnam, both boat people. Fantastic. And when he talks about Australia, he goes, you know, like, because he's still got that full accent, and he goes, you know, he was talking about other like cultures that don't respect Australia, and he's like, us Australians, we really need to make sure that this happens and that happens. I love it. It's so good. Like, he's so Aussie, it's not funny, but he sounds totally Vietnamese, but he sees himself as Australian through and through. So awesome story. And it just, it inspires me when you see people like that. They literally just had the clothes they were wearing, and now they're totally set. So good. Put himself through uni. So he worked nights, put himself through uni, became an engineer, did some other stuff, and now he works in IT, I think. And his wife's the same, but yeah, so good. Makes you want to get off the lounge and go do something.
I feel glorious, glorious. Got a chance to start again. I was born for this, born for this. It's who I am. How could I forget? I made it through the darkest part of the night, and now I see the sunrise. Now I feel glorious, glorious. I feel.
So there's two more things I wanted to talk about quickly about the challenges of building a personal brand. It's also the cost to it, like as in, I don't mean the cost in money, I mean the cost in time, because you've got to say no to a lot of things to make sure that you're putting in the effort to build the thing. It takes a lot of effort and a lot of time. So that's, you know, something I'm working through because we've got a lot going on in life already. And the other thing, I don't know if it's the last thing, maybe, or this thing, is the amount of content that's needed to get attention. So we're just here. So if there's a scale of here to here, here is where like the rock is, here's where we're, here's the bottom, and here's where we are, and here's where Gary Vee is, and here's where PewDiePie is, and then here's where the rock is. If you look at the scale of it, we're here, but the amount of content that's needed to get attention amongst all the noise that's going on, it's a lot, like a real lot. So like full-time filmer, Jack, building his part of the business, myself. So I've got a reasonable story that people like hearing about, but some people have like no idea, like Matt Steinwede, some people have no idea, don't even care about Matt Steinwede at all. Like, who cares about a real estate agent? I get a bit of that, so I've got to like break through all of that. But it'd be a very cool experience when it starts to happen. I reckon people are going to start to go, whoa, this is that guy that's been talking about it for however long, that was selling houses, that is selling houses in Central Coast, now speaking globally, doing stuff, building a personal brand, traction, massive company. Like, I really want a massive company, building that along with it as well. So I reckon it's going to be a pretty cool experience to watch when it all happens, because it's going to happen. Where that committed, it's not funny. I can feel it coming out my eyes. That's about it so far. So I might end on something soon, Jack, and then we'll end on one more point about the challenges that come along with building a personal brand, apart from sending you mad. Having no life. Anyway.
I'm feeling glorious. The crib looking victorious. You know that we've been going.
So there you go, there's a few challenges, and that's enough about talking about the challenges, but why are we doing this? I think anyone that's in business, anyone that wants to build a successful career, anyone that wants to build a profile today, this is the sort of thing you need to be doing. You need to grab a camera, you need to film yourself, you need to, and so many people say, I don't like cameras, I'm not good in front of the camera. Well, I'm not. I just made myself do it. And Jack wasn't a filmer before this. Like, he grabbed the camera and said, hey, I'm going to do this, and we've formed a team and off we go. But it's all about just doing something. And time is the most powerful friend that you have. If you just consistently follow the rhythm that people have, we study people that are already there so closely, we're doing it ourselves. I want you to study what we do. I want you to watch what we do. And I really want you to take note of the critical zone. Because the reason that we're doing this is it will help my business, it will help my real estate career, it will help my speaking career, and it will build a profile. And people, and when you have profile, both in real estate and out there in the normal world, when you have profile, it gives you more leverage. It gives you more ability to connect with people, and it turbocharges what you want to achieve. It makes it quicker and easier in a way, it opens more doors. So that's why we're doing it. Keep watching. Just keep watching us and you'll see it happen.
Got a chance to start again. I was born for this, born for this. It's who I am. How could I forget? I made it through the dark.